Hi, this is Bob Cargill. It's Saturday, March 31, 2012, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sudbury social tweet-up that Phil Hollis and I hosted the other night. First of all, this was our 8th such tweet-up. Yay! We're really happy about that. We started hosting these networking events for people who are interested in social media last July, and now they're regularly scheduled for the last Thursday of the month from 6 to 8 p.m. at Bistro 20 in Sudbury, Massachusetts. For more information, by the way, just go to sudburysocial.eventbrite.com. They're free, and of course, they're lots of fun. At our tweet-up the other night, Ashley Henn gave a presentation on Foursquare, which we all thought was just fabulous. Thanks, Ashley. And I had the opportunity to ask 4 of those in attendance on camera to share their thoughts about social media with me. These folks, who you'll hear from in just a moment, in order, are Rob Silsby, who designed our new Sudbury Social Tweetup logo. Thanks for doing this, Rob. It's a great logo. Great job. We appreciate it. Larry Robiner, Ashley Henn, who I've already mentioned, and John Cass. And so without further ado, here's what they had to say. This is Rob Silsby from Creative X2 Studio, and Rob's going to tell us a little bit of what he does there at the studio, and also I'm going to ask Rob a few questions. So Rob, what is your role at Creative X2 Studio?
Basically, I'm chief cook and bottle washer. I have a number of consultants that I work with, and I coordinate and design everything from print media all the way through to web development.
And Rob, you were kind enough to do the Sudbury Social Tweetup logo.
That's right.
We're very excited about that. We've put it up on Facebook, and we need to promote it more. And I'll do my best to make sure it makes it to this video that we're going to put together tonight.
I appreciate it.
Rob, I wanted to ask you, how do you use social media yourself?
I'm fairly new to it in terms of the business sense. I've done it for a number of years socially for personal reasons and things like that. But just recently, since I've started being self-employed, have started to try and really promote my business through social media.
And what do you like most about social media so far, in your experience with Twitter and Facebook, etc.?
I really love the sort of almost instant gratification. It gives me a great ability to reach so many people so quickly. Everything from trying to generate ideas and feedback to client leads and things like that. In fact, I've had a number of clients recently come through social media contacts.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Wow, love it.
Yeah.
Any tips or secrets then? How did you attract those clients, that new business via social media?
It's staying in touch with everyone and making the rounds. You got to make the time to get yourself out there and have that presence, and then try to maintain that professional level of content out there and not get too touchy-feely or too personal.
I agree. Be very mindful of what you put out there, content-wise, via social media.
Right.
And what brought you to the Sudbury Social Tweetup? How did you find out about it, and what do you think about it, most importantly?
I found out about it through Cheryl Savitt. She invited me to come a couple of times, and then I finally made the time to come down and meet everyone. And it's just a great bunch of people, and everybody's got their own sort of ideas about what social media is and what it can do. And I've been to 2 meetings, and I've already learned a couple of different things.
It's awesome to have you here, Rob. We're really glad.
I'm glad to be
here. You're coming to these meetings, and we especially owe you gratitude and thanks for doing that logo for the Tweetup.
Not a problem.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.
Okay, I'm sitting down now with Larry Robiner of Plurus Marketing, and Larry's going to tell us about how he uses social media.
Well, Bob, I use social media both for personal and professional reasons, and I spend some time on Facebook and on Twitter Mostly, following subjects that I'm interested in. Again, both for personal and professional reasons, for marketing and other current events that I'm interested in.
And what do you like most about social media, Larry?
I like finding some other like-minded people who maybe have similar interests to me and have interesting things to say. I find I learn a lot. I learn a lot about current events that I might not know about from other news outlets.
Any tips or secrets to share with us? What have you learned in your social media experience so far?
I think it's key to be yourself and be human out there on the social web, and share a little bit about yourself and be open and candid, have a sense of humor, and you'll find other people that do the same.
What's your favorite property? You like Twitter or Facebook or YouTube?
I like Twitter a lot. The whole universe is out there waiting to be discovered. You can search for anything you're interested in, find people near and far who share those same interests, and get to know a little bit more about them and about topics that you're interested in.
And what brought you to the Sudbury Social Tweetup? How'd you find out about it, and what do you think about it so far?
I think, how did I find out about it? I think I found out about it originally from Twitter, and
of course.
I connected at some point, and I had started following some local Sudbury folks, and you were one of them, and had the idea of putting this together. I really like coming here because I always meet new and interesting people who are also my neighbors. So, we have in common that we have an interest in social media, but we also have, community, neighborhood connection as well. So I like that combination.
Thanks so much, Larry.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm sitting down now with Ashley Henn of Quirk Auto, and Ashley, I think, comes the greatest distance of all the folks who attend the Sudbury Social Tweetup. She actually comes from the north. She comes from New Hampshire to attend our Tweetup here in Sudbury, and we're so excited to sit down and talk with her. We're going to ask her, what does she think about social media? What's her experience with it? How does she use it on the job, and maybe even for personal reasons?
How I use social media. Oh boy, that'll be fun. So I actually started using social media because I wanted to learn more about the industry. When I graduated from college, I thought, oh well, I've learned everything I can learn in the formal space. Let me learn from real-life local experts. So I started using specifically Twitter to connect with local industry experts and see what they had to say and what they could teach me. So from there, I was linked to all sorts of great new resources like Mashable and Search Engine Land and multiple handwritten blogs from industry experts, and continued to just learn from there and grow.
How did we meet, Ashley? I'm sure it was via
sure
Twitter.
It was Twitter.
Yeah. I think almost everybody who comes to this Tweetup I've met via Twitter.
I'll be honest.
Which is the point of a Tweetup.
It is
meet
the point
online,
of
then meet in person.
And that's the beauty of it. And it may seem silly to drive an hour away to meet new people, but that's the fun of it. I was like, I've seen all these people tweet in my feed and share all this interesting stuff. I actually want to have a name to attach to the Twitter handle, if you may. So I took the field trip to the first Sudbury Social that Bob shared with me online and met everyone and decided to keep going back. They have a lot to share.
Yes, you do. And you're going to share a lot tonight, in fact. I don't think we're going to catch it on video, though maybe we will. You're going to be speaking about Foursquare.
Yep. So at this month's Sudbury Social, I'm going to be teaching the group about Foursquare and a little bit about location-based marketing in general and the benefits it can have for businesses with a brick-and-mortar location and for general brands.
What do you like most about social media? What's the thing that gets you most excited about when it comes to Twitter, Facebook, blogging, Foursquare?
Oh boy, Foursquare. I love Foursquare. I'm so excited to talk about it, but I'm going to speak in general. What I like best about social media is that in the instant feed of news. I'm learning it as it's happening and seeing it while it's going on. It's fascinating. It's just everything on the go. It can be really hard to keep up. You have to develop your own filters. In my case, with Twitter, I use Lists to filter all the news. But that's the most exciting thing about it, is I can learn new things about marketing and social media and graphic design and any topic that I could ever be interested in on the go.
Tell me any secrets or tricks or shortcuts or tips that you've learned in social media so far.
Any secrets? Well,
what can you share with the audience?
What can I share that you may not already know? I don't know. But I can tell you my tip. if you're using multiple social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter and the big names in the social media world, I guess, use a monitoring system like Tweetup or Silsby to keep it all together. You could drive yourself crazy logging onto Twitter and then logging into Facebook, logging into YouTube to try to keep track of what it seems like multiple inboxes nowadays. Especially since we have email and you're getting messages through email, and then you've got Twitter and you're getting all these mentions, and sometimes you're getting DMs, and then you have LinkedIn and you're getting messages there. It can be hard to keep it all together. So it feels like you have 50 emails when it comes to social media.
So you said a monitoring system, so
Yeah.
what is your system?
The one I use personally is Hootsuite. I love it.
I'm Tweetup.
TweetDeck I use too, actually.
Although I've dabbled with Hootsuite, but I've been using TweetDeck for a long time.
I know it seems silly to use too, but TweetDeck does certain things that Hootsuite does as well, but I like the way TweetDeck does something versus the way Hootsuite does something. And then there's certain things that Hootsuite does that I like more than TweetDeck, so I use both. I know it sounds weird, but...
No, it sounds great.
Okay.
That makes you more skilled as a social media practitioner.
I guess.
You know more tools. That's a good thing.
You can learn all the tools in the world, but if you can't think strategy, then what value is it?
Very good. I agree. 100%.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I could sit around and teach 5 different tools, but if I can't think of an effective strategy to use these tools with, then
There's a
what point
lot
of it?
more
You know what
to
it is?
social media than most people think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Finally, last question.
Okay.
Thank you for all your time. Why do you drive so far to the Sudbury Social Tweetup? What brought you here originally? Maybe you've already covered this a little bit. What do you get out of it?
Learning and sharing. That's that simple. I've learned all sorts of new things from just talking to the people that attend these. And it's a different mix each time. So I meet new people and I learn new things, and I can share my knowledge with you
We're
as well.
so lucky to have you here.
That's why I keep
Tonight
coming back.
and every night you attend. Thanks for being here tonight.
You only have one life to live. Think of it that way. What else are you doing on a Thursday night? Sitting at home, studying, writing, reading.
And you have
could be out learning.
You have a smiley face on your name tag. That's so cool.
I try.
That's you,
I
Ashley.
am a smiley person.
Thanks for your time and good luck with your presentation tonight.
Thanks.
So now I'm sitting down with John Cass. He has a blog. He's been blogging since 2003, which is a long time. His blog is called PR Communications, and John has also written a book. John, tell us a little bit about the book, and also how do you use social media as a professional?
Well, first of all, Bob, thank you so much for inviting me here today. I really appreciate it. My book is called Strategies and Tools for Corporate Blogging, and it was published in 2007. And really, it's all about how a company uses blogging as a tool to connect with their customers and get leads and use it for customer service and also product innovation. I really like social media because I think it's a way to connect with people, to learn about topics like marketing. My favorite social media technology is actually my blog, and the reason for that is because I use it as a tool to learn. And often I learn by writing articles that help teach other people in the community.
John, what about, so in addition to blogging, I know you use Twitter, and I assume you use Facebook and all of the other social media tools. Tell me more about social media as a whole, how you use it, what you get out of it, and some of the highlights in your social media experience so far.
Well, I do use Twitter and Foursquare and even Pinterest now.
Yes.
And for Twitter, again, it's been a great tool to connect with people and learn with people and share the knowledge that I gain from other people in the community about marketing and social media. When somebody follows me, I'll typically read their profile, and if there's an interest there, I'll actually connect with them. Actually, there was a gentleman not so long ago who ran a company called RFP Associates, and he runs a company that looks at RFPs for PR companies, and I thought that was interesting, so I ended up doing an interview with him just because he followed me. So, that's a great example of how you can connect with people.
The connections we make, and I said I assume you use Facebook. I know you use Facebook because we're friends on Facebook.
Yes.
Which may be how you came to the Sudbury Social Tweetup. because that was one of my questions. How did you find out about this Tweetup, and what brought you here, and what do you think so far? I know it's only an hour or so into your first one, but here in Sudbury. But how did you find out about it, and what brought you here?
I think I heard from various people in the community, and also I saw your tweets about it, and we're old friends.
Yes,
and this is my first time here, but I thought, I've been thinking for a couple of months that I should come since I got back to Boston from North Carolina, and so that was the reason. And also we have a Facebook group, and I do use Facebook a lot.
Yes.
And actually in the last year I've been using it more, I think, mainly because of the changes that Facebook has made to their groups. They're a lot more powerful than they used to be, and with the ability to either have a public group, a partially secret group, or a completely secret group where you can obscure anybody else's from the actual group. So I think Facebook is a great tool.
We're delighted you're here tonight, John. I'll close with one final question. Any tips, secrets, techniques, shortcuts, etc., that you care to share with the audience? Is there anything special about social media that perhaps people don't know about, or that you like about it so much that you want to talk about it in the next 30 seconds or so?
Well, I think one thing, Pinterest and Quora are good examples. They're new social media technologies, and we're at that stage with some of them, especially Pinterest, where people are starting to criticize it, and they don't really actually understand yet how to use it, say in some circumstances, although there's a lot of good press about it. Suspend your understanding about how to use it. Just go and use it. Try and think about how to get the use of that technology. So whether it's Pinterest or any other social media technology, just use it for a while, explore it, and then after a while you'll figure out how to use it, and as a result of that you'll probably get better.
I love that answer, John, because so many people are hesitant to use social media because they're afraid of it, or they think it's going to be too complicated. You're saying just experiment, dive in, try it.
Exactly. Yeah, it may not work for you eventually, but try it, see what use you can get out of it, and as a result of that, you'll find the benefits, especially if it's an emerging social media technology like Pinterest that seems to be providing a lot of value to people.
Thank you, John Cass, so much.
Well, thank you so much, Bob. I really appreciate it.
Excellent.